Hello, it is the 18th of May, 2011. Now, before you jump to any conclusions to anything that I say, especially in the earlier part, please check your sarcasm meter. Let's get started. Earlier this morning, I happened to be lucky enough to head my fanny down to BS Financial Trust, and I was talking about investment decisions. And I was talking with Janet Information, Misinformation, and she was stating that the silver trade is over. Why? Because it went up too much. That's why it's over. And the volume that occurred at 50, the market's done, silver's overpriced, and I'm stating, well, what should I get into? She showed me this chart, which is TYX. It's a 30-year treasury bond. So I'm thinking about changing this to the treasurybond.blogspot.com or the treasury log. There we go. Sell all my silver and buy treasury bonds because this one is just getting started. Okay, sarcasm meter, let's finish this off. You know what? This is all a game. Yeah, this is entirely nothing more than a game. Life is a game, but really looking at charts, trying to go through different things, yep, that's a game also. You know what would be really interesting to do a chart on not only, say, silver inventory, how much it's being produced, where it's being used, but how about even red pill versus blue pill? How many people are waking up per day? What's the ratio for people that are clueless compared to not clueless? However, the game of technical analysis shows me how interesting it was that this trend has been the exact same pretty much for the last 40 years. Let's now get into the action. Let's talk more about this game, because if you're playing the paper market, you're playing a game. Even if you're playing bullion, you're still playing a game. However, this chart, the orange chart, represents the actual silver price. The blue chart is on ForexPros, F-O-R-E-X pros.com. How my trades, bets, the plays that I have made have done better than the price of silver. It's interesting because I'm overperforming silver, yet I'm down, although it's just a game anyway. Yet at some point, like saying here, I was underperforming silver, and yet I was higher. Pretty interesting. Yes, I took the crash. I should have shorted, I guess. Hindsight's 2020. Why didn't I get out? Because I was looking for a sell signal at the same point when I'm unsure or I don't know what to do, or if I'm just not around to do anything, I'm going to go long because I will not over or underperform the market. Playing this game, if I'm long, no matter what happens, I will stay performing within the market, which is currently the position I'm in on the Forex Pros. If I don't play and the market goes higher, that would be a loss. If I don't play and the market goes lower, that's a gain. If it's a short, that's a double whammy. If, of course, I win, it's instead of a 1% gain, it's a 2% difference, and so on. Nothing more than a game. I'm sure a couple people have already seen on that site my trades on the XAG USD. I do not like the paper game whatsoever because of how rigged it is and how it's priced in fiat dollars. Of course, the game of trying to pick tops and bottoms, yeah, right now it's a little fun, but it's like anything else. It's only going to stay fun for so long. All right, let's now get into the action. Let's start off with the daily chart. And this level of Fibonacci, roughly around 33 and a third, has been support for some time, no matter what happens, whether it continues to correct through time, whether it breaks down or breaks up. This level will be significant support when we look at this after the fact. The blue line represents the volume weighted average price since the August breakout. I know if it's a daily volume weighted average price and it comes back to it near the end of the day or middle of the day or whenever, oftentimes that's where you get a bounce. Let's see if we get the bounce within here. We have the orange line. That's the 50-day moving average. If you go below the 50 and only make a small move below it and break above it, that's a failed move, sort of like what happened back in January. That would be a pretty decent sized failed move if that's the case. Making it to the 50-day moving average, what's important is to make a higher low on any retracements, come up towards here. If it can come back down here to make the higher low, that increases the chances of it being taken out. The volume is now lighter. Volume today is a little bit bigger than yesterday, but still light. In a little bit of a downtrend, but still, when you're trading 80, 90 million shares or ounces per day, that's obviously fraudulent. The whole paper system is fraudulent. However, the reason why I like the physical silver is because I am guaranteed with every single 1 ounce of troy ounce of silver I contain, it will have 1 ounce of silver. That's pretty much all I need to say on that. Hourly chart. This trend line has obviously been taken out. We're not going to have the 1% price at the end of the year that I was talking about a few weeks ago. This trend line has also been taken out. I think the next significant trend line to watch out for would be this one in here. Let me just draw it nice. This is the next trend line that could encounter a level of resistance. Now the move below here, yes, it was a lower low, but pretty much in my book it's the same low. Really consolidating between the 33 and 36 area, obviously because it's below 36 as of the recording of this video, still within the consolidation stage. When we shorten this out, when we look at this, say, for example, within the 5-day moving average, there's a few things I want to go over. The 5-day moving average was resistance. It pretty much stayed above this level. It's broken above it, broke above this Fibonacci. Also, the Fibonacci from this high to this low is roughly somewhere in here, pretty much the exact same price. What's also interesting is where was the selling today at 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock? That's usually when the market sells off. 8 o'clock started here. This is 8 o'clock. This is 9 o'clock. Nope, we didn't have selling when it normally occurs. Instead, it got above the 5-day moving average, the trend line on the short-term time frame. Something in the area, I do that a lot. Something in the area of this. And if we connect a parallel line, it's at the upper end of this, and if it breaks out, then the old little secret that I like to do is do something like this. And the next resistance point that it should come close up to is up towards in here. Okay, continuing on the 34 level I was talking about earlier, which was big support. 34 support, and here, broke down, was resistance. It's now gotten above that level, which means there's a chance that this could be that of a failed move. After all, it's already about 3-4% above it. Usually failed moves create fast moves. A fast move I think would need to come up towards here. And what else is there to state? Really, not much more on this particular chart. Finishing this off, this is the volatility. The blue line represents the average moves per hour on the COMEX top to bottom, and it's starting to break down. I was stating before last time in here that it was looking like a possible inverted head and shoulders pattern. Now it needed to find some sort of bottom in here right where the average of 10 days is. That didn't happen, and now it's looking as if the volatility is going to take a back seat. We are setting the bar. This is what this will be, setting the bar for later on this spring into summer for larger moves. Why will there be larger moves? Because the currency is dying, and it's not going to die in an unvolatile manner. But for now and for the short term, maybe we can come back down to its normal levels of a little under 1%, where the market would normally rally on lower volatility. Normally on higher volatility, the market's going to get crushed, as well as those parabolic up moves that we're all waiting for, at least the majority on here. Well, let's just say whatever and make this exactly 10 minutes. I really don't got much to say, but thank you all for coming on, supporting the channel. It's been fun, and it's still going to remain fun. However, Like I said before, it's not going to be an easy ride. Take care.